This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
1, 2, 3, lovely.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Maastricht Edition live on Facebook. And a Merry Christmas to everyone. Tonight we are joining you for a catch-up between our next show on the New Year's Eve, which is on Thursday. So we all hope you had a great Christmas, and welcome to the show.
Yay! Good evening, everybody. Hello. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. Maybe you're still having a lovely Christmas.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. We're still.
Cheers.
We're still on it.
We're good.
So, you survived, Matt and Tracey.
Just about.
We
The physically drowned me, but we're good.
no. Are you all right though, Matthew? Belly's back to normal now, I hope.
I mean, it's a bit bigger than it was on Thursday, but there's plenty of time. You know, I can't go anywhere anyway, so it doesn't matter what I look like, so I can stuff my face as much as I like.
Just put on your stretchy pants and you're good to go.
One of those,
Exactly.
I'm just thinking that Christmas tree behind you might prod you and pop you if you're not careful then, Matt. If you're spelling
Yeah, it's reached that stage where if you touch it, all the spines fall off. So
yeah.
I must not touch it. Makes a right mess.
Yeah. That is the downside of the Christmas tree, isn't it?
It is.
Don't touch it.
Well, it reminds me of a Christmas joke.
Oh, blimey,
okay.
she started already. Here we go.
Why are Christmas trees no good at knitting?
They've got too many needles.
Because
We
they keep dropping their needles.
were so close.
I know, it's been a while. We haven't seen each other since the 17th of December, so we have to get back into the groove, don't we? But it's been a nice Christmas, thank you, Joe. I haven't indulged too much, I must say. I was quite disciplined this season. I only had one box of Cadbury's roses, so that's already something. But many mince pies.
Oh, did you? Oh, I seem to recall actually that I saw a little picture a couple of days ago where somebody had made some mince pies.
That's me.
It's delicious.
I tell you, I let you into a little secret. I have never made mince pies before. I've always shop bought them. But I asked my lovely Auntie B over in Ireland if she would kindly share the family recipe with me, which she did. I ordered in the mincemeat. I didn't think I was brave enough to make the mincemeat myself, so I ordered that in for the expat shop in Amsterdam. And I've made 2 batches of mince pies and even given some as gifts. They were that.
Okay. Oh, no, Jenna over there.
Ooh, but it was really nice. So, and it was lovely. They were quite small, so they were nice with a cup of tea or coffee, or indeed with a glass of bubbles. Very versatile little things, these mince pies. But I shall make it a new tradition next year. I made them this year because I couldn't go to Ireland, and normally I kind of stock up when I'm there. So now I've made them here, and it was lovely. Just brought a bit of the festive vibe here to Maastricht. So.
Oh, lovely. Well, anybody out there who's recovering from their very Merry Christmas that they've had, please do send us any messages that you want to pass on. We've been sent loads of messages today, actually, from people that we're going to be sharing throughout the show. But we know many of you out there are not with your loved ones this week over the festive period. So if you want to send out a little message of love, a little hello, then please do. We know that many of you have friends and family that are scattered about the globe, and as you know, we also have lots of people who follow the show who are scattered about the globe. So if you want to send those messages, here we go.
Ooh, look at it! Wow, fancy. I'm imagining sparkly glitters falling on everybody. So
Maastricht Edition style.
You'd think we'd rehearsed it, really, wouldn't you?
We're doing the show too long, guys.
Well, Mark is in the house. Hello, Mark. Lovely to have you with us. Hope you've had a very Merry Christmas. Lovely for you to join us. So get those messages in, and we'll be more than happy to pass them on. In fact, I'm going to do a message right now, because we've had quite a few people sending them in. So I want to say, because there's some birthdays at this time of year, of course.
Yes.
Tomorrow, Tony and Penny are saying happy birthday to Wendy, because she will be celebrating her birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday, Wendy. It's always tricky this time of year, isn't it? Having a birthday around the Christmas period.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Oh.
And some of us know.
Well, all three of us know, actually, don't we?
Yes, we do. Yes. December and January. So, yes. And I think we've also had a rant about this before, haven't we? About presents being shared.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, the people who know me, it happened 1 year, and it was 1 year only, I tell you. A strop was thrown, tantrum was had, and since then, I've had, separate gifts.
Yeah, and rightly so. Oh, Mark, he's saying happy birthday to us. That's very kind. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
So, tell us, everybody out there, tell us, how have you been spending your Christmas? How have you found it? We want to know, and we know it has been difficult for a lot of people out there. So, if you want to have a chat with us, then send us a message. We're more than happy to hear how your Christmas is going, what plans you may have for New Year that's coming up. Just a little reminder, we will mention it again at the end of the show, that we will be here on New Year's Eve. So we won't be seeing in the midnight with you, because I think we'll already probably be. Do you think in bed, Tracey?
I might well fall asleep on the sofa before midnight. You never know. It's a very long evening, and what I find is strange, during the regular week, I could stay up until midnight or 1 o'clock with no issue. But on New Year's Eve, I'm 9 o'clock and I'm nodding off. And I think, shall I have a quick snooze? I'll have a snooze. And then the thing is, it's unlucky to be in bed when the clock strikes 12 on New Year's Eve. Yes, and us Irish are full of these superstitions. So you should actually stay up till the clock strikes 12.
Before midnight last year, then.
I've only stayed up. No, honestly. Oh, very sad story. One time, many years ago, I was living alone in Belgium, and I was all alone for for New Year's Eve, and I stayed up till midnight. When the clock struck 12 outside, I kissed my little teddy bear, Happy New Year, and I went to sleep.
Oh.
I'm that superstitious. So there you go. I know. So you need to kiss somebody on New Year's Eve, apparently, and you need to. I also believe that you have to make sure all glasses have been emptied of any alcohol before you go to bed.
Oh, that's not a problem.
That's a good one, isn't it?
That's not a problem. And as far as kissing anybody, that we must say, please do kiss safely.
Not allowed to kiss.
Yeah, exactly. It should be someone in your social bubble, so or kiss the cat or the dog.
I hope you've had a lovely Christmas. Wondering, are you going to be kissing on New Year's Eve? Let's find out from everybody. Will you have somebody to kiss? If not, are you going to kiss a teddy bear like Tracey has done? Yeah, why not? I mean,
why not? Yes, they have things to do this year. It would be the safest way to go, actually. Just kiss yourself a cuddly toy, nice and safe. COVID friendly.
Well, I should write that one down for a t-shirt.
T-shirt. I'm doing.
But
I'm doing.
But look, she's already scribbling it down. Well done, Trace.
No worries.
But of course, this year is going to be very different as far as fireworks are concerned, of course, because here in the Netherlands. And Germany next door. I don't know about Belgium. They probably are the same as well. They've been banned from selling them here in the Netherlands, banned from selling them in Germany. Mm-hmm. So apparently, if you got a firework, you've probably ordered it online. So.
Or got it illegally.
Yeah.
I every night, all day, every night, I hear fireworks here.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. I think it's when they didn't ban them. If they hadn't banned them, people go, oh, it's just a firework, it's normal. But now it's like, oh, it's banned.
Yeah, indeed. I've also been hearing them the last nights in Maastricht, nighttime, indeed, randomly during the day, just bangs. So I fear the worst for the 31st of December, frankly. I think it's going to be as loud and noisy as ever, really.
I don't. Well, we'll see. We shall see. Recommendation from Mark. He reckons he's going to be kissing the dog on New Year's Eve.
Oh.
Yay! Always good to kiss the fur babies.
Oh my God, Tracey! I can't believe you just said that out loud. That's a particular website, I'm sure. Kissingfurbabies.com. I'm sure it's out there.
I'm sure it is. I think it's on Instagram.
That's definitely a euphemism for something. Sarah's in the house. Hello, Sarah. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. Lovely that you're joining us. Tell us how your Christmas has been and what you're looking forward to, maybe for 2021. I have a suspicion I know what it is. Probably like most of us, that we can just cuddle somebody every night. Somebody not in our household. Let's get hugging. All those hugging parties that we're going to be looking forward to next year.
That's going to be a thing.
That is definitely going to be a thing, definitely. Anyway, we do have a matter of business to deal with, actually, because, of course, it is that time of the show when we usually ask Matt about his album review. Now, because it has been Christmas this past week, Tracey picked an album, especially for Matt. What was the album, Tracey?
Well, also because it had recently been Matt's birthday, and I know that Matthew loves Michael Bublé. So I chose the Christmas album for Matthew to listen to, which is great.
And it's actually one of those albums, I mean, it's only been out a few years, but every year since its release, it's been topping the charts because it is an absolute favourite, of course. So, yes, in the Christmas theme, you got a Christmas album, Matt. What did you think?
Well, I already knew this album, so I was very happy to listen to it.
Okay.
It was perfect combination for cooking Christmas dinner. And baking mince pies. Yeah, there's a nice background tunes on there. Real classics, but also some. I think there's like Bublé written or like songs written for him on there as well. But Jacob also got me the piano book online, so I've been also trying to play it. It's very complicated music, but yeah, it's good. Yeah.
So does this mean that you're going to start accompanying Michael Bublé on his tours?
Maybe in like 10 years' time. Yeah.
10 years, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here as an exclusive. In 10 years' time, our Matt is going to be accompanying Michael Bublé. Now, obviously, Michael Bublé is listening because he is a firm favourite on this show, and he's a huge fan of the Maastricht Edition. So he, at this moment, is probably.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael. Yes.
Everything okay?
He's very excited about the prospect, I'm sure. So for you, this is it? Would you call it a classic Christmas album? This is the one that you bring out every year? Do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I think so. I just think it's quite a nice, chilled, relaxed. Like Christmas, it's not like I know, like the other classic Christmas songs, which are like really up and bouncy and everything. And I like it. Wasn't really the year for those sort of songs. I felt like this was a good compliment.
Okay. Yeah, he's a bit of a classy guy, isn't he, Mr. Bublé? So he is sort of a bit more chilled generally, isn't he?
He's also I love him. He's also a really, really, really nice person.
Yeah, isn't it sickening?
Yeah, he's just lovely. Oh, we love him, Michael. I love you.
Super talented, extremely good looking, and a really nice fella. There's got to be something wrong with him, I'm sure. So, how many Matts out of 10 do you give it, Matt?
Well, I had to think really hard about this, and I decided it has to be a 10.
Yay!
Blimey!
What a shock!
Wow! Excellent. Okay, well that's good.
And you can still listen to it until the 31st, I think. I think that's how it works, right?
Oh yes.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's room for discussion about this, I think.
Because, or do you think after Christmas Day, that's it? End of Christmas song?
I give it till today, actually. I think the day after Boxing Day, for me, that's sort of like, okay, now we're moving towards New Year. So yes, that's for me the Christmas
with Christmas decorations, you're supposed to put them up 12 days before and take them down 12 days after. So is it with Christmas songs? Let us know, everyone. What do you think?
I know. It's a conundrum, that one, isn't it?
Maybe there's a difference between like Christmas songs and Christmas carols. Like Christmas carols.
True.
That's more like Christmassy, but like Christmas songs.
Yeah. Well, I was hearing Christmas songs on the radio in November. Yeah. So, you know, I think up to Boxing Day, and indeed, depending how the days fall. So we're still in the weekend. So I think kind of as of tomorrow, it's sort of Christmassy stuff is sort of behind us. Gifts are done, and now, like you say, we look forward to the joy. That is New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it's going to be very different this year, that's for sure. So, although, do you know what? We say this, but there is a lot of people out there, of course, who don't go mad for New Year's Eve. There is a lot of pressure, of course, to conform to this idea of, yes, we're going to have lots of fun. We have to have lots of fun. So, let's get plastered. Let's throw ourselves into a nearby canal and swim for half an hour and join another party further down the canal. I'm saying canals because we're in the Netherlands, of course. Yeah. Join another party down there for half an hour, get more drunk, and then jump on a bike and go to another party. And it's all supposed to be very over the top.
Your New Year's aspirations are far more ambitious than mine.
I've never been to a canal in my life. My goodness, let alone a New Year's Eve. Yeah, but I agree with you, Joe. There is a pressure to have a good time and be happy and cheerful and hurrah. And honestly, I find it to be the most depressing day of the year. I really don't like New Year's Eve at all. At all. I will still do the things you do, and I'll have some bubbles, and we'll eat the round foods for luck, which is another superstition. And, do the kiss at midnight, whether it's a fur baby, cuddly toy, or your significant other. And that's it. But then you get into the pressure of resolutions and starting the new year in the right way.
Yeah, it can be a lot of pressure. But yeah, this year, of course, we're forced into not doing much. But I think there's going to be a lot of Zoom call parties going on, or Skype parties going on, that's for sure. So we're quite interested to see if these networks can actually handle it, of course.
True enough. Yeah.
Oh God, what if the whole thing collapses?
That's true.
That's oh God, don't even think about it. Don't think about it. So right, so Matt gives that a 10. Do you know what, Tracy? That is your second album that's got a 10.
I know. Oh my goodness me. Well, I'm going to go for the what's the word?
The triple.
No. The
hat trick.
That's the one. Oh my God, mental brain freeze there. The hat trick. So maybe my choice for next week will be the third 10. You never know. But first, Joe's going to recommend one for Matthew for the coming day.
I am going to. And I thought long and hard about this because going along with your idea, actually, of Michael Bublé was a nice chilled out kind of Christmassy album. And I was thinking about this week leading up to New Year, how we're all trying to be maybe a bit more peaceful and restful and stuff. So I thought, no, I'm not going to go for anything too out there. But I have picked, this is another Greatest Hits album, purely because I thought it might be nice if I could just get a good collection of songs that I think you may have heard of one or two of them. So I've picked a band from Scotland called Delamitri.
Ooh.
Now, Delamitri, I am pretty much 110% sure you have never heard of. They were a band who were fairly successful in the 90s. They had some big hits, but they never really made it like uber famous, big internationally uber famous. But yeah, they did really well, and I think actually, well, I hope, but I'm pretty confident you're going to like these songs. Actually, they're mellow. They've got some nice stories, and I think there's a couple of toe tappers in there. And you're going to say, yeah, I really like, and I love the guy's voice. So I've forgot his name's just disappeared out of my head. So we'll come back to that. But so the Greatest Hits album is called A Hatful of Rain. I will text you a picture of the album. It's their Greatest Hits, Delamitri. So that's who I am recommending for you to review in the next few days. And of course, as I said earlier, we shall be back here on New Year's Eve, so you can give us your thoughts about that particular album then.
Of course, I will let you know.
They have one cracking song, Matthew, which I think was maybe their best hit. That was the one, Nothing Ever Matters, right, Joe? That's the one I know from them.
Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah. It's that's a bit one of the. It's like one of those sort of, you end up swaying along to it while you're listening.
Nothing ever matters.
That's it.
Nothing matters at all.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, look! Tune in on the 31st for more of this type of fun.
Oh, yeah, can't wait.
Joe and Tracey do a duet. Yay! But I think that's a very interesting choice, Joe.
Yeah, well, there you go. So that is yours for the taking for the next few days. Greatest hits of Delamitri. So, yeah, there you go. That's it. So we've got 10 marks out of 10 for Michael Bublé. We'll find out what Delamitri brings to the mix on New Year's Eve. I've got some more shout outs here. Actually, I want to say a personal shout out to Andrea. Two people that we know have moved house in the last few days. We've got Andrea, who moved on the 23rd. She's a big fan of the show. And so over Christmas, she was unpacking boxes. Sorry. That's it. Yes, that was her Christmas, unpacking boxes and cleaning the old house and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, not much fun. So hope you're settled in your new house, Andrea. And also, from the Maastricht Edition, a young lady who used to work for us, Caroline, she moved on the 21st. Ooh. So another one who probably, as soon as she moved house, first thing she unpacked was the Christmas tree. So congratulations, Caroline, on your new home. Hope you and the family are going to be very happy there. So
very nice.
So what would you do, guys, if you were moving like 2 days before Christmas? What is the first thing you would unpack?
All the kitchen equipment.
Or the bedroom stuff, so you could have a good night's sleep. Probably make the bed and things, and then probably the kitchen stuff. Then probably something boozy, just to kind of keep it,
So the Christmas side of it isn't really important then.
Well, it depends. If it was on the 21st, you'd still have a couple of days before Christmas Day, so you'd probably try and get a bit organised in advance. Yes. So, but if it was the 23rd, that's quite close to the big day itself. So it's a tricky one, isn't it? I suppose it depends how many boxes you have and how much space and things. But it's always a stressful thing any time of the year. I can imagine the week before Christmas, it's extra stressy.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'll tell you what, talking about extra stressy, I have some stories here. Let me share some stories with you from people who've had maybe not quite such a conventional time over Christmas. So Paul, who's 29, he's a mechanic from Ohio. He said, my birthday is Christmas Day. One year, my grandma gave me a mug full of peppermints and gave my younger brother a car.
Oh my God. That's awful.
I know, it's shocking.
Was there an explanation given for this? I find that quite horrid.
I think the explanation is probably quite clear. Grandma has a favourite.
Yeah. What did Paul do?
I know, Paul. Is there more to this story?
Well, no, that's all I got. I mean, yeah. So that's quite sad, isn't it?
Poor
It's
Paul.
really sad.
Oh.
Then there's Will. Will went to the pub with some of his friends on Christmas Eve, got really drunk, missed the last train home, which would have been fine, except the pub was in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, no.
So Will ended up having to go home with another friend called Mike and spend Christmas morning with Mike's family.
Oh,
there
God.
were no trains because it was Christmas Day. So Mike's dad had to drive Will home, which was a 2-hour round trip.
Oh, no.
So both families' Christmases were ruined.
Disaster, darling. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, that's you just imagine. Yeah, this is Will. He can't get home. Mind if he's here for the night? And Christmas morning, everybody's opening their presents, and Will's like,
God. Oh,
Yeah.
Horrible. Oh,
It is.
Joe, have you any good news stories?
Okay, so well, here's one for you. This one is named Deck the Balls. So, earlier this month, a property in Reading in the UK unveiled its Christmas decorations in the shape of a giant flashing penis.
God
Needless to say, the site raised more than a few eyebrows among the locals. It was quite a shock, says resident Stephen Bailey Todd. When you walk home, you don't expect to come face to face with an enormous penis.
God. Oh, she's gone, Matthew. That's the end of Joe for this evening.
Well, I mean, it's true. You don't expect to, do you? I mean,
No, anyone would be surprised, surely.
So yes, well, it's not exactly festive, is it?
No.
An odd thing to do, surely. What were they thinking? Very strange. Was that in the UK, Joe?
Yes, that was in Reading.
No. In Reading, okay.
You say that like yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Reading, what do you expect?
I was just thinking it probably wasn't down in the middle of nowhere Catholic Ireland, most likely. So you never know. Oh, dearie me. Any other ones, Joe?
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Yes. So we've got Scottish mum Helen Cox almost made an X-rated addition to her 5-year-old son's nativity play this year when she sent him to school with a shepherd costume purchased from Amazon, not realising that the outfit included a blow-up sheep sex doll.
Oh, no! Oh, that is bad.
Bad, yeah. At first, Mrs. Cox was a little perplexed when a teacher told him to take the sheep home. That was until she blew it up for herself. Once inflated, the animal proudly displayed a hole in its derriere for obvious purposes, as well as bright red lipstick and come-hither eyelashes.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, there's 100 questions here, isn't there? I mean,
A billion questions.
I think sheep generally are quite pretty. I don't know why putting lipstick and eyelashes on it is going to make it any more attractive. I mean,
to each his own, Joe, I guess. Yes. Goodness me.
Yeah.
What an interesting nativity play that would have been. It would be more instead of amen, it would be barmen.
I mean, when the shepherds were watching their flocks by night, I'm not sure what they had in mind.
Gosh, we should probably stop this right now. There may be young folks.
Celine's just joined us. You've joined us at a really good time, Celine. I hope you've had a lovely Christmas. Thank you very much for joining us. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, so well,
yes. I'm not quite sure how to follow that, Joe, to be honest.
No, so, but if there's anybody out there who has any stories about blow-up animals, then yes, please do get in touch. We would love to hear them. In the meantime, I think it's probably a good time for us to chill down a little bit and get some news. I think.
Yes, I'll try and follow those stories. Let me see how I get on.
Tracey Taylor with the news.
Thank you, Joe, and good evening, everyone. It's December 27th, and you're watching the Christmas catch-up on the Maastricht Edition. First, a look at your weekend weather, and Storm Bella has been sweeping across the country today with winds reaching up to 100 kilometers per hour in Limburg. A code yellow warning was also in place. The storm will lessen during the night, and for the coming days, we will have calmer weather with some bright spells and highs of 5. It will remain changeable, however, with the chance of some sleet. Moving to your news bulletin for tonight. Several EU nations have begun vaccinating their most vulnerable groups today. The World Health Organization has warned that the current pandemic will not be the last. France, Spain and Sweden have confirmed cases of a new coronavirus variant that recently emerged in Britain. The new strain, which experts fear is more contagious, has prompted more than 50 countries to impose travel restrictions on the UK. The house of Jos Iemants, prime journalist at the Dutch newspaper De Limburger, has now had camera and police surveillance installed following a hand grenade being found outside his door earlier this morning. The Explosive Ordnance Disposal Service Defence was summoned, and a number of local residents had to leave their homes as a precaution. The street was cleared again around 3 p.m. this afternoon. Several illegal parties were broken up by police on Saturday night around the country, including at locations in Zuid-Holland, Rotterdam and Koningsbosch, where a rave party took place. In Brabant, cars were again set on fire and fireworks lit for the third night of disturbances in a row. In other news, over 1.5 million viewers tuned in for King Willem-Alexander's speech on Christmas Day. The Dutch king spoke of compassion and forgiveness, the impact of the coronavirus on society, and the need for everyone's voice to be heard, including those who speak quietly. And the European Union and Britain have published the full text of their post-Brexit trade deal. The 1,246-page document sets out the fine print on how disputes over trade will be addressed and the issue of fishing rights. The pact, agreed on Christmas Eve, is to be ratified by the UK Parliament next week and will come into force provisionally in the EU pending a vote by the European Parliament next month. And the popular police programme Flicken Maastricht has won the award for the most streamed drama series at the first NPO Awards. Zondag met Lubach was awarded the most streamed current affairs programme, and First Dates was named the most streamed entertainment show. All awards were presented during a virtual show. And finally tonight, it seems Arctic reindeer are at risk due to climate change, but in the highlands of Scotland, the UK's only free-range herd is thriving. Reindeer are believed to be native to Scotland, but became extinct 800 years ago due to overhunting. In 1952, the Cairngorms became the first place in the UK where the animals were reintroduced, and since then the herd has grown from 8 to 150. And that's it for tonight. For more local news, you can follow RTV News in English on Facebook and Instagram. If you are a local business, be sure to check out the Support Your Local Business South Limburg Facebook page, a joint initiative between #Maastricht and the Maastricht Edition. And if you want to discover events, concerts and cultural activities going on in Maastricht and the surrounding areas, head on over to the website of our partner, maastrichter.com, to check out their awesome calendar of events. You can also follow them on social media. And don't forget that you can always find us on the Maastricht Edition Facebook page, on our YouTube channel, on Redbubble and on Instagram. For all the details, check out the maastrichtedition.nl.
Nicely done now, Tracey.
Thank you, darling.
Very, very good.
Yes. So some interesting news there again. Gosh.
You've always got something interesting for us, Tracey.
Indeed.
Yes, and parties round here. We're in my neck of the woods.
That's
Was it
Irish. Was it? Yeah. Was it you, Joe? Was it at your house? No.
With the goat.
No.
The goats rave party.
yeah. They're organised. They're just. I don't know if you remember in the Chicken Run, that film about the chickens. There's a line in it saying they're organised. The chickens are organised. Yeah. It's the same with the goats. every day when I go out there to check on them, see if they're okay, you can see they're all in a huddle. They're all huddled together. Yeah, disgusting stuff. Yeah. I'm onto them. I am onto them, I tell you.
No better.
But yes, apparently there was some big party here, and we didn't know about it. We weren't invited, that's for sure. So it was in a barn somewhere, I suspect. So amongst the cows and the tractors in the local farm. Who knows?
Who knows, indeed.
A recommendation for you, Matt, from Stuart, who's in the house. Hello, Stuart. I hope you've had a good birthday. He loves Delamitri, driving with the brakes off. Although I thought it was driving with the brakes on, but maybe not. Maybe it's me. But certainly driving and brakes are involved. That's one of the tracks on the album. So he recommends that one. It's a favourite of his. And we also have a little message from the Vaughan family. Oh, Vaughan Taylor.
Hello, dearest Dad.
It's Dad, isn't it? It's Dad. Hi, Tracy. Christmas joke for you.
Oh, no.
What did Mrs. Claus say when Santa asked, "What's the weather like?" She said, "It looks like reindeer."
I actually know that one.
Why does that not surprise me?
I know. Now you guys see where I get my joke humour from.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, thank you, Dad. A good one. Always good. These Christmas cracker jokes that come around every year, eh?
And Ellie's with us as well. Hello, Ellie.
Hello, Ellie.
Lovely Ellie. She says best wishes for a happy and healthy new year. Thank you kindly, Ellie. Lovely to have you with us. Hope you've had a good Christmas too. So I'll do a couple more shout outs while I'm at it. What else have we got here? Anne wants to wish Peggy a happy birthday. Her birthday is on the 29th. So another one who's got a birthday around the
Christmas time.
That makes it. And of course, yes, with us not being able to go out and party on our birthdays as we normally would do, it makes it a little bit tricky. But happy birthday to Peggy from all of us here at the Maastricht Edition as well. Hope you have
happy birthday.
A lovely, lovely time. So
I forgot to tell you guys, I made a birthday cake for my birthday.
All right.
Really, really good. It was a Mary Berry chocolate mousse cake.
Oh, we love her.
Really easy, and it was great. I recommend.
Nice one, Matthew.
Yeah. So I've had cake, mince pies, and these festive pies my mother sent me. So for the past week, that's what has been consumed.
Who ate all the pies? Who ate all the
pies? Beep, beep. Tune in for more on the 31st when Tracey and Joe do another duet. I think
yesterday I was singing rugby songs.
Were you now? Why, pray?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember why it came up. I started singing one black one, one white one, and one, that one, yes. And hairs on a dicky dido went down to her knees, and the hairs on a dicky dido, the hairs on a... Okay, there are rugby players out there who knows exactly what I'm talking about. So
I'm lost on this one, Joe. Completely lost.
Our expert doesn't know them.
The resident rugby fan is completely confused.
Oh yes, that's the point. That's the point. Oh my goodness, you should know some rugby songs.
No, but I suppose there's one thing for like British rugby, like every day of the week, and then there's another thing for Six Nations rugby, which is what I watch. I only watch.
I think that's the difference when they're all in the bar having loads of beer. They don't sing the same songs.
I don't know, Joe. I don't know.
You need to hang out in the bars with the rugby players. You see, this is where I am. I'm with the rugby players. You're on the field watching the game. No. Essex girl here in the bar with the boys.
This is where I'm going wrong, Matthew.
New Year's resolution now.
Yeah, I'll write that down. New Year's resolution: go to rugby pub. God.
Yes.
Right.
Stuart says yes, he's with me, and he also wants to say happy birthday to Debbie because it's going to be her birthday on New Year's Eve. So.
Another tricky night for a birthday to have, isn't it?
Yes. So, but they're going to be joining us on New Year's Eve as well. So we'll mention Debbie again on New Year's Eve.
Oh, hurrah! Nice.
Absolutely. But yes, and actually, Stuart, if you want to actually call in and start singing some rugby songs with us on New Year's Eve, that's fine too. So
let us know. I think this is very cool. I like the theme for the show is already taking shape. Who knew? We thought it's going to be rugby themed.
Crazy.
yeah, she's loving it. She's loving it.
Oh, imagine if we could get someone like Dan Carter on the show.
Who the hell is Dan Carter?
He's like the hunk of the. Previously, he played for the New Zealand All Blacks. I'm sure he watches.
Well, we could always ask, can't we?
Yes,
There's no harm in asking.
We could reach out to our contact in Australia. Is it Susan Marshall? See if she happens to know someone in New Zealand, could put us in touch, you know.
Yes. Yeah. I've got some more stories for you here.
Oh, God.
Lily, 31, she works in publishing. Her first Christmas with her boyfriend, and he presents me with a huge wrapped box. I was so excited, she says. I tore into it as all his family were looking on.
Oh, no.
I couldn't wait to find out what it was. And it was a remote control car. I genuinely have no idea how he came up with that. I never mentioned liking or wanting one ever. It wasn't even like he wanted one. We took it out a few times. It was quite fun, and that was it. The car went to a charity shop, and the boyfriend got dumped.
Oh, no! Disaster again. That is a strange gift. I was worried, actually, Matthew, where she was going when he presented me with a huge rat. You know, there was an unfortunate pause there, Joe. I wasn't sure.
I think we've all had those times where you're presented a gift and everyone's in front of you and you've opened it and you've gone, oh, thank you.
Hooray.
It's lovely.
Nice.
I don't know what they're thinking.
It's a very tricky situation, isn't it, when you get those kind of gifts? Because you're sort of like, you just don't know me at all, do you?
And yet politeness, you're pre-bred to kind of, oh, thank you, just what I wanted, or oh, I don't have this, and then deep down you're seething and questioning everything.
How that works here, though, because like the Dutch society is renowned for being very blunt and very honest about things.
Indeed.
Whether they would just skip the polite bit and go, why the hell did you buy me this? What is this?
What the F is this?
Yeah.
Is there any Dutch fans listening or watching this evening? Let us know.
Yeah, what would you do?
Yes, yes, exactly. What would you actually do if you got one of those? Is it like, oh, that's shit? Have you still got the receipt?
Yeah.
I think it does depend, though, because in my experience, there's quite a divide in Dutch people, depending where in the country you are. Down in Limburg, they tend to be softer, more, I don't know, kind of like ourselves, I suppose. The further north you go, I suppose traditionally they tend to be a bit more typical, blunt, maybe. So perhaps it depends.
Maybe, but I think, you know, what I have automatically with myself now, because of the way we live our lives, is if somebody gives me something that I know instantly I am not going to use, I just automatically click into, now, who can I give that to?
Regifting.
Yeah.
It's very eco-friendly. Yeah. If you've received something for Crimbo that you don't like, don't throw it away. Re-gift it.
If you've received something from me, there's a very good chance it's a gift that I don't want.
No. Oh gosh. As long as you take can you imagine though, if you receive something, you give it to me and then it says, Dear Joe. I don't know, you've just
see, that is a worry for me, because you know what my memory's like. I am terrible for that. And right, okay, here's a good time for me to make an announcement. Now, I know you guys know this, but there are some people who will come to my house for dinner or a party or something who are not clear about this. So I don't drink red wine.
We know that, Joe.
I'm putting it out there. I don't drink red wine. I only drink white wine or sparkling wine or champagne, rosé on occasion. Yeah. But I don't drink red wine. And there has been some occasions where I've ended up having a party and I've got 8 new bottles of red wine sitting there. So
yeah.
So then I've got these bottles of wine and I have to put labels on them so that I remember who's given them to me. Because when I go to their house for dinner, I can then take a bottle of red wine. And I can then say, oh, red wine. But there's a good chance I'll end
If
up
it is
taking
that
one to
person, you could just say like, "Oh, I really love this."
It
red
was so nice,
Yeah.
yeah. But there's always the risk, Matthew, that they regifted it in the first place. And then there's this poor, lonely bottle of red wine being passed around from house to house for
Or they
months on
might think,
end.
"Oh, she loved it," and then you buy a few next time as well.
It's a never-ending
If I
circle.
like pink champagne, yes, I will drink pink champagne. So if you want to give me that as a present, that's absolutely fine.
I like pink champagne as well.
Yeah. Well, anything bubbly, I'm quite.
But there is something so festive, just that sound of the cork popping open and the bubbles in the glass, and you've got your little champagne flute. It's all very nice. Exactly. There you go. Pop goes the weasel. Yeah. So roll on New Year's Eve. I shall be having bubbles New Year's Eve for sure.
Yes, me too. And we shall be here, as we said, we will be here on New Year's Eve. So we shall have a little drinky poo with you. See in the new year. Another shout out here. Chris would like to tell Stell in Wales, I'm sorry I can't be with you this Christmas. And hopefully we'll see you in the new year. So like so many of you out there, you're away from your friends and families. And it has been tough this year. But the Maastricht Edition are here. We are here. We can give you a virtual hug. And if anybody else out there wants to send any messages, then please do let us know. We're more than happy to pass them on. So I tell you what, actually, maybe you guys would like to ask me a question.
Oh, do we dare? Matthew, do you dare?
What do you know this week that you didn't know last week, Joe?
Oh, well, it's so funny you should ask that, Matt. Really? There's all kinds of interesting stuff that I didn't know last week that I know this week. One of which is, in 2016, a Sri Lankan church accidentally printed the lyrics for Tupac Shakur's Hail Mary in their hymn book instead of the lyrics for the traditional Christmas carol.
Oh, gosh. Well. Now, I don't know the lyrics of the Tupac version, but I can imagine it's not your traditional Christmas carol.
I don't think so, no.
No.
So, yes. Here's another one for you that I learned. Cary Grant and Clark Gable, for many of you out there of a certain age, you will remember these wonderful actors. They used to meet once a year to exchange unwanted, monogrammed Christmas gifts. It was a tradition that they had.
How bizarre.
I think it's kind of sweet, actually. So it's just, going back to what we were saying before about getting unwanted gifts. Well, these ones actually had your name on, so you can't re-gift them.
That's the thing. That's a bit odd. But they were ahead of their time. They were into the re-gifting even back then.
Well, as long as they could re-gift it to somebody else called Cary Grant or Clark Gable, I suppose.
But I'm sure back then, you had like baby boomers who were naming their kids Clark and Gary.
You're probably
because it was
right.
the trend at the time, wasn't it?
You're probably right. Now, you've heard of the Saint Nicholas, who is the patron saint of children.
Oh, children. Oops. Oh, Matthew. I thought St. Nicholas was St. Nick, was Santa Claus, no? Patron saint of Christmas.
Yes, but he's known as being the patron saint of children. However, he's also the patron saint of a lot of other things as well.
Right.
Turns out he's the patron saint of sailors, fishermen, merchants, broadcasters, the falsely accused, repentant thieves, brewers, pharmacists, archers, pawnbrokers, unmarried people, prostitutes, and students in Europe.
A jack of all trades there.
Crumbs.
I don't know what he's got against students in other parts of the world, but apparently students in Europe, he's your man.
There you go. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I mean, God knows we might often need to reach out to a patron saint every now and again. So St. Nick covers a lot of sins there.
I know what the radio one is, shouldn't they?
The broadcasting, yes.
Oh yeah, maybe he's our saint.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking, hurrah.
I'm reaching out to him with this hat, I think.
A very nice hat, Matthew. Very nice hat.
Yes.
And it still fits, so that's good.
Well, not really, but...
No, last time it was already too small.
Yeah, his head's got bigger with all the pies he's been eating.
I was going to say, those mince pies have gone straight to his head.
All the pies, yeah.
All the pies.
So anyway, I'm gonna leave those ones with you for the time being. I think it's probably time for Matt to do his thing, isn't it? Because I believe you've got a bit of a quiz for us, Matt.
Oh, Joe, it's quiz time.
4 questions.
Is it going to be like blankety blank, blankety blank?
Blank.
Maybe.
Ooh.
It's a little competition, right? So we're going to do it as whoever shouts out the answer first gets the point, and I will try and keep count.
Yeah, and we know Tracey's not competitive at all.
Not at all. Last time we did the quiz. There's no bell this time.
No, I nearly broke that bell. Okay.
Show, actually, Tracey. I think we nearly went off air.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's okay. I've had my glass of bubbles. I'm chilled.
So I've got 10 questions for you.
Oh God.
I've got 2 bonus ones in case you're neck to neck. Or we can also do that. But okay, so question number 1, if I can see it behind my phone. Hang on. What's the name of the Grinch's dog? Oh, I should also mention that this is a Christmas film quiz. There's also.
Right.
So what is the name of the Grinch's dog?
Confession, I've never watched The Grinch.
Confession, I've never watched The Grinch. Shall we have half a point each, Joe?
Okay, so
Play along
let's
at
guess.
home as well.
We're going to have to guess here. So I'm going to call The Grinch's dog.
I'm going to say he's
Snowball.
called. Ooh, I'm going to say he's called Grouch.
Mhm.
Grinch and
Grouch.
Grouch.
Grinch and Grouch the dog.
It's sadly neither of those. It's actually Max, which was the name of mine.
Oh, unexpected.
Okay.
Now we know, Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's
There we
great.
are.
Yeah.
0 points.
Yeah, no point.
Question number 2.
Okay.
What fruit or vegetable was the snowman's nose in the 1982 animation The Snowman?
Coal. Oh no, that's not a fruit or a vegetable. Carrot.
Tracy's going with carrot.
I'm not so sure actually because my
Or
first
a turnip or a parsnip, probably. Something like that.
Tracy, you monster. Calm down. See, this is what happens. This is what happens. She's just going to go through the whole box of vegetables that she's got there, and yeah. Now,
What's your answer?
I'm just going to say this. I can't think that it would be a carrot because otherwise you wouldn't ask a question like that. It has to be something more interesting. But you said a fruit and veg,
Yeah.
so it's also got to have something that's good. Yeah, so I'm going to say parsnip.
No, apparently it was a tangerine.
Oh, well, that's not good nose.
Very odd. Yeah.
That's a really bad
Very
nose.
round nose.
It's a bit kind of squashing. You'd hardly see that.
Apparently, yeah.
Mind you, at least he's spelling oranges all the time, which is better than
Well,
carrot.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes.
Do you remember the song for that film? I used to hate that song.
Which film? The Snowman. We're floating in the midnight sky.
Yes.
Ali Jones.
That's Alan Jones. He's from Wales, Matthew. How come you don't like him?
I know.
Song. Anyway, question number 3. Who played Kevin in Home Alone?
Oh, McAllister.
No, it was Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin. You have a correct answer.
It was Kevin McAllister, indeed, but he's Macaulay Culkin. Home Alone.
That film either.
Oh no, Joe.
I sound like Matt.
I've seen that one.
Oh,
Actually, seen so far.
I think I've probably seen about 20 different clips from the film, but I've never actually seen the whole thing joined up.
It's a really good film. I recommend that one.
Oh,
It's nice
okay.
for
Christmas. There you go.
Mm.
So, question number 4. What year was It's a Wonderful Life? Hang on. What year was It's a Wonderful Life released? The one who has the closest answer gets the point.
I'm going to say 1946.
I was going to go in the 40s. I'm going to say 1953.
Well, actually, Joe's exactly correct. It's
Oh,
19.
well done, Joe. Good job. It's a Wonderful Life. I've forgotten the lead guy in that.
Stewart. What's it?
James
There
Stewart.
you go.
James Stewart. Yes. Oh, well done, Joe.
There we go.
Okay. Oh, I have no idea how I knew that. No idea whatsoever.
I think that's the #1 Christmas film, like the most watched or something like that.
You see, I find this very suspicious. You know, it's like Bohemian Rhapsody always being like voted like the best song ever. Bohemian Rhapsody is an amazing song, but I don't think it would always be voted as the best song ever.
Apparently, this film is like always on because it's not in copyright anymore, so they don't have to pay anyone. They can just play it.
Yeah, it's a lovely film. It really is. But I think there's personally more enjoyable Christmas films.
It's quite a heavy-going Christmas movie. I mean, the message is very
strong message.
Yeah, but at what point, if you're kind of trying to be jolly, merry, and bright, you're probably going to lean more towards Home Alone, for example, I guess. But anyway, okay, question 4, Matthew.
Okay, point each. So, what does George promise to give Mary in It's a Wonderful Life?
An inflatable sheep.
Joe. What does he promise to give her? I don't know, actually. It's a long time since I've seen this movie. Joe's off. You should have vetted these questions. You know our Joe by now. You set her off. I think we should move to question 5. What's the answer?
Oh, dear.
You haven't answered, Joe.
Yes, I'm sticking with inflatable sheep.
Okay.
I'm going to give the... Oh, it's what?
The moon.
The moon. Oh, that's quite ambitious.
It's much easier to get an inflatable sheep.
Probably is, and better than an electric car, I expect.
Okay. So we're still on 1 point each. So, question number 6.
Hurrah!
What is the name of Cameron Diaz's character in The Holiday?
Oh, Matthew!
No, I have seen that. I have seen that.
Well, she is. What is her name? Oh, that's annoying.
Sarah.
No, it's something more than that. Amanda.
Correct, Tracey.
Welcome to the world, Amanda something. Amanda. Oh no, wait. Amanda Woods? No, not Amanda Woods. Amanda something.
I just know her first name is Amanda. Correct.
Okay, then I'll take the point. Thank you. Hurrah!
Impressive, Tracey. Not as impressive as 1946, but impressive nonetheless.
I bow to my superiors.
Okay.
Tracey, I have got no idea how I knew that. I really do not know.
It's one of those things with years. I find years are often tricky, aren't they?
They are very
point. Yeah.
They are very tricky, but I must have picked that up recently because there's no way that would have stayed in my head for a long time. So.
By the way, she is Amanda. Hurrah! I got a bonus point.
No. It's 2-1. Tracy's got 2.
Okay.
That's 1. Question number 6. Which famous actor is the voice of the conductor in the 2004 adaptation of The Polar Express?
Tom Hanks.
You're both correct. I think Joe had it first there.
I think that was a tie, Matthew.
Oh,
2-2.
No. Miss Tracey, I'm not competitive of all. Taylor, oh my God, I got both these names out before you even sneezed. My goodness, come on.
My hand. Oh, Thomas, I've never seen that movie, but
I haven't.
It's been no, but it's promoted a lot, so you kind of just know that it's him, right?
It's probably the only Tom Hanks film I haven't seen actually, because I love Tom Hanks. So I would probably embarrass myself if I ever met him.
Noted. I'll write that on our T-shirt list. I love Tom Hanks. I'd embarrass myself if I met him. It would fit.
Okay, ladies, you are level pegging. 2 each.
Oh, Jeopardy.
Question number 8, and this one's multiple choice. So, which city does the Muppet Christmas Carol take place in? Is it New York, San Francisco, London, or Paris?
Ooh, I believe that's New York.
New York?
But that's the Muppets Take Manhattan, so it could be the wrong Muppet show.
I'm going to say London.
Movie I'm thinking of. Oh, you're right, because Diana Rigg is in it. And I think it was in London, and they went, I'm sticking with New York.
London is correct.
Ah!
Based on the Dickens novel.
Yes.
Christmas Carol.
I think there was a second one called The Muppets Take Manhattan, which was set
Yeah,
in...
but we're not interested in that, Tracey.
I know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
That's the wrong answer, Tracey.
Love Tom Hanks. Right, listening.
So, 2-3. Question number 9. What does Mark Darcy have on his jumper in Bridget Jones's Diary?
Oh, reindeer.
Yes.
Yes, you're right. I was torn between reindeer and Christmas pud, but it is a reindeer. I watched that movie recently. It was on TV.
Good. I've never
Yes.
seen it.
I've never seen the whole thing all the way through, but there's a clip that they show quite often where he turns around and he's got the jumper on. So that's how I know it's a reindeer.
I mean, she makes fun of it in her diary because his mother gave him the jumper.
I did actually watch recently. There was a documentary about Fielding. What's her name?
Helen Fielding.
Who wrote it, and there was a very interesting documentary about it actually, because a lot of that is based on her real life.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, so it's Tracey, you're on 2 points. Joe, you're on 4 points.
Ooh.
We have 2 more questions left, plus
Ooh.
2 bonus questions.
Ooh.
Still all to play for there.
Oh, I don't know.
What are we playing for?
I don't know what we're playing for, Joe. I don't think there's a prize.
It doesn't matter. Tracey will climb through the PC, I'm sure, to win.
I
this.
might well do, actually. I feel I'm having an off night, just to say. You know. But carry on, Matthew. It's not that I care.
Number 10. Which Judy Garland film features the song Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas?
Meet Me in St. Louis?
Correct.
Yay!
Oh!
Thank God!
Oh! Well done.
Thank you, darling. Oh my God. I know that because it was featured in the Sex and the City movie. It's the movie that Sarah Jessica Parker watches on New Year's Eve, I think, before she goes to Miranda's house.
It was on telly actually in the last couple of days.
What?
But,
Oh, I've never seen the movie
I
itself.
did watch it. Oh, I have. Yes, I have. But no, well done.
Thank
Well
Mm.
2 bonus questions. So I thought I'm just going to chuck them out there anyway. Because
Oh, right. No,
why not? It's Christmas.
Well, it's after Christmas, but it will take it.
So, the classic 1947 Christmas movie, Miracle on 34th Street, is based on Santa's Grotto at Macy's in New York City. But in the 1994 remake with Richard Attenborough, licensing reasons meant the department store had to have a fictitious name. What was it?
Oh,
I have no idea.
I love that film as well. Oh,
Kris Kringles or something like that? I don't know. Something. No, I really don't know this one.
no, I can't think.
The answer is C.F. Coles.
Oh,
Oh, God, I've been here till next Christmas trying to get that one.
oh,
Quite
Oh,
difficult.
God, Joe.
no,
Ah,
no.
Okay, final question.
right.
In which London airport did Sam chase after his love Joanna at the end of Love Actually?
London Heathrow!
That's true.
Yes! I was getting mixed up because in that movie, Colin Firth goes to London Gatwick when he's flying to meet the lovely flight, but the lovely Liam Neeson,
Yes, yes,
they go to Heathrow.
yes.
Oh, there you go.
How
Right,
many points, Matthew?
it's 4-all. So,
Yay! Hurrah!
Is that it?
yeah, that's it.
That's
That's all the questions. Oh,
I do love Matthew's quiz time. I think it should be a regular feature on the show.
I don't think my nerves can handle it.
I don't think my neighbours can. I'm screaming at the laptop. Maybe just once a year, Matthew.
Yes,
Very
that's
nice.
enough. Yes, that's more than enough. Yes. Tracy's going to be hitting the hard stuff after this, I'm sure.
Time to Dave, open another bottle of bubbles. Oh my goodness me.
Oh, well, I think we're coming towards the end of the show anyway. So, Tracy, before we go, have you got any titty bitties for us?
I have one titty bitty for you, but it's a very good one.
Oh.
Oh, yes, I don't mince around here. Our dear friend of the show, Petra, from the Euler Concept Store, has a lovely little treat on offer for all of us. So this is really cool. She has a special New Year's Eve promotion where you can buy 12 Oliebollen, the traditional Dutch thing for New Year's Eve. Very lucky because it's round. Or you can buy appelbeignets, which are quite similar, I think. And you can get 12 of these delicious things for just 10 euros. It's just giving them away. So you can reach out to Petra on Euler Concept Store on her social media channels. She's on Facebook and Instagram. There are many options. We'll put the details in our post later on so you can reach out and place your order in time so you won't be disappointed. But this is a really nice treat. And, it's one of these things you just got it. Yeah, there's quite a lot to get through, but you can reheat them and, see how you get on. It's like mince pies. It's kind of traditional to have them this time of year.
It is. Yeah, 12.
No. Maybe you could ask if you could have 6 of the apple and 6 of the Oliebollen, kind of spread them out.
I believe you can have, yes. I think that you can mix them up a little bit. And maybe you can share them with a neighbour safely. Of course. So,
these are one thing you're probably not going to want to regift, though, because I think they're rather tasty.
Tasty, yes. Yeah, you should have them for breakfast, wouldn't you? Okay. I had yesterday. I had sticky toffee pudding for breakfast because I'd made it for Christmas dinner, so there was some left over, so I had it for breakfast yesterday.
Well, I must admit, Dave and I have been having mince pies nearly every day for breakfast, so it's nice, It's once a year.
Well, I think we're getting a hint here that we should end the show. So for our audience out there that can't see what's going on, our technical director in the background, Feardabs, is waving a plate of food at us. So he really wants us to stop talking.
He's making menacing hand gestures.
He's waving his spoon at us. So so a big thank you to everybody who joined us this evening. It's been lovely catching up with you. For all of you whose birthdays we mentioned, have a wonderful time over the next few days celebrating your birthday. Don't forget, we shall be back here on New Year's Eve at 7 o'clock. We'll be basically doing the same as we've been doing today, but with a few more bubbles, I suspect. Yes. So enjoy the rest of your Christmas week. Keep safe. Keep well. Thank you for all the lovely messages that you've been sending us. We're feeling very much loved here, and we shall see you on New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us. See you next week.
Bye.